everyone, I'm Decker, and welcome back to part 2 of our rankings.
Yes, as he mentioned, this is a two-part episode. The first episode is already out on the channel. If you haven't checked that out, go do it now. Basically, that one goes over our 10 through 5,
Well,
10 through 6
but
of our...
alludes to our 5th, which we will be going into in this video.
Yes.
Make sure to like, subscribe, it's free, and it really helps our small channel out. Maybe share it with your friends, or comment what you think of the ratings. Tear us apart.
Don't.
I'll take it.
Anyways, as I was teasing at the end of the first part, my number 5 for top 10 favorite animated movies is Kung Fu Panda 2. This was like... Actually, did you know that song, like, for the longest time, I didn't know this until just the other day, but that song wasn't made for the movie. It came out in like 1980 or something.
I think everybody knows that, yeah.
I just figured that out the other day. But anyways, I think Lord Shin is the best villain in the Kung Fu Panda series. They make it to where there's sort of a dichotomy between him and Po. Po is the good guy and Shin is the bad guy, but they are both like those colors of black and white. They represent the yin and the yang. So
did Shin die?
I think he died at the end. I don't remember.
But if you want to hear my opinion, in on the last episode, don't mind that. Jeremy just got caught on a cord. But you want to hear that?
Knocked over the microphone. Sorry.
Yeah, it's cool. But if you want to hear that breakdown, go watch the first video. Do it now. Yeah, I'm forcing you.
I don't have much to say on this movie that we didn't say in the first part.
I'll come to your house or if you don't watch it.
Hasn't really been seen, or hasn't really been said in other podcasts, movie rankings, stuff like that.
It's a good all-around movie.
With
great
that
soundtrack.
Yeah. With that, we're gonna move on to Decker's number 5.
My number 5. Counterpart to Jeremy's number 10. Monsters, Inc.
Okay.
Worst part about that movie was Boo, because I hate children. But other than that,
yeah, I thought you had said though that you didn't have that in your top 10.
I lied. It's called propaganda, Jeremy.
Okay.
Good all-around movie. Nostalgia really carries it, but I like how they use screams to fuel. Well, at the end, they use laughter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was making sure because I haven't seen it in a while. Well, all around good movie. Pretty good soundtrack. Yeah, well, Disney soundtracks are pretty good. But all around great movie. Now, let's go on to Jeremy's number 4.
Real quick, I feel like we're saying the same things for most of these. Like, you want to go into a little more detail than that, maybe?
At the end, if we still have time.
Okay, I'm just going to say real quick. There was like a game or something where they re-encounter Randall. I think it was one of the Kingdom Hearts games. But, like, Randall's like, hey, this whole laughter thing is just like a short-term solution. What are you going to do once they stop laughing?
I let 1,000 children die before I let this business.
But yeah, so.
Oh yeah, shout out to my boy the Abominables. He the realest one.
Number 4 for me, the first Shrek. What can I say that hasn't already been said?
Hey now, No, stop.
We can't get copyrighted. Stop.
Let's not get copyrighted today. Please don't strike
Stop.
us. YouTube. This is a parody.
Okay. Anyways, I really like the relationship between Shrek and Donkey. Like, Donkey sort of got Shrek to open up and reveal his true self. Really, like, before that, he was just off in the swamp by himself. Yeah, he was relaxing, but I think deep down
He wanted someone.
he wanted somebody else. He got that with his best friend Donkey and his wife Fiona.
Talk about that one like horror story of all of the like babies. Do you remember
In Shrek 3, or
yeah, that nightmare.
like that nightmare scene
That was horrifying. I'm like
when you were a kid, or
yes,
now?
when I was a kid.
I was like, bro, that ain't scary.
No, but it's still I wanted to pump.
Okay, bro, stop. Anyways,
Also, this was all a joke. I do not want to punch children. I swear.
anyways, I think that Farquaad was a pretty good villain.
Shout out to
Part
all
of the
the
reason-
short kings. Not me and Jeremy though, because we're somewhat tall.
Yeah, we are pretty tall, both over 6 foot.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, actually, like, if you read some of the backstories and stuff, Grumpy Smurf, not Smurf, whatever the little dwarf was, Grumpy Dwarf, was Farquaad's father.
What?
Yeah. I've gone deep into the Shrek lore.
Maybe you need to get off the Shrek Reddit, dude.
Okay.
Alright, now my number 4. Movie that Jeremy has not seen. And I still am trying to get him to watch. Iron Giant. Movie is amazing. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Vin Diesel, amazing actor. Just all the emotions.
Wait, Vin Diesel's in it?
All the emotions had pulls on your heartstrings. Everything. It's an amazing movie. I'm not gonna spoil it for my boy Jeremy, so
No, go ahead and talk in detail. I'm trying to eat a snack real quick.
just all the scenes have something. It's a great art style. Just I really can't go into detail. Just go watch it for yourself if you haven't already seen it. If you have, rewatch it. Now let's get into our top 3.
No. Oh yeah, we're on 3. So this is the big moment. Top 3. And my number 3 is another entry in the Shrek universe. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I'm going to be honest. The first time I watched this was like 2 weeks ago. I did not really like the original Puss in Boots movie when it came out. I rewatched that the other day too and ended up really liking it more than I thought I did when I first saw it. But the second movie, though, it's perfect. The art style replicating Spider-Verse a little bit. Spider-Verse has had a huge effect on the industry of animation that will probably be there forever now. And also just Death is a great villain in that movie. He's also pretty honorable dude. Like, once Puss in Boots said, "Nah, I'm gonna keep fighting for my last life. I'm not gonna take it for granted like the other ones.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm gonna protect my new family." He was like, "Okay, cool. I'm out of here." Just left Puss alone after that. But I will say though, the little dog Perito or whatever his name was. At first, I hated him. Like, he was so annoying. Just little sidekick, annoying. But then I remembered Donkey in the first Shrek movie. That's pretty much what he was too. Just an annoying sidekick that was there for comedic relief.
What about Chris Rock?
And
Chris Rock is not comedic relief. He's not a sidekick. He is comedic relief.
and that ended up making me be a little more okay with Perito. I mean, he's still not my favorite character. Definitely not more of a better sidekick than Donkey, but still.
Yeah.
I was saying, the first time I saw this was just a few weeks ago, honestly. And my mom had offered to take me and Decker both to see it in theaters when it first came out.
Well, what happened? I know we got like something.
I just didn't want to go see it really because I was like, nah, the first one won't that good.
I actually really wanted to see it because I love the art.
You did end up going to see it, right? Oh, I thought you did.
Watch it. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, then I saw that it was on Netflix the other week. I was like, okay, fine, I'll give it a try. I loved it. The song at the beginning was great.
And it gets in your head.
Yes, Decker can tell you because I've told him this already when we were gaming the other night. That song has been stuck in my head since I watched the movie. And so
never leave.
Yeah.
I love all of you, but guess what? Baby shark, do 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 do.
Stop!
Shark, do,
Don't get songs stuck in people's head.
Guess what? Too bad. But now,
anyways,
my number 3, the GOAT.
Just for the record, though, I could talk about Last Wish for a lot longer. If I ever make like my own little side channel without Decker, because I know he's made like a gaming channel or something.
Post on it anymore, so.
Okay.
I might get back into it.
I'll probably go more in depth on this later if we ever do another type of animation based episode.
My number 3 is Big Daddy Shrek. But all jokes aside, yeah, it's just Shrek. It's just the original Shrek. What do you expect? It's a great movie, great all around. Smash Mouth was a great pick. R.I.P. the lead singer again. Taken way too soon, but great band, great music, great animation. Farquaad, he's hilarious, and there's some. If you have somewhat dark humor, you would pick up on some of the jokes.
Yeah. Is that all you have to say about it?
Yeah. You covered most of it
when I did my part.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we probably got the same number 2.
What do you have?
I've got Across the Spider-Verse.
I have Last Wish.
Last Wish is your number 2? Okay, so you say your part on it, then go ahead.
Well, I did a trilogy on soon to be trilogy. I think you know I'm implying because, you can't put the movies I'm get into later on what I'm saying. And the movies that I'm going to be talking about at my number 1, it's gonna be a great trilogy, and if the animation studio screws it up, well, it's been delayed by the.
Okay, you already know what his number 1's gonna be. It's gonna be the Spider-Verse movies.
Yeah, it is. But it's been delayed due to SAG strikes. I understand why they're striking. Everybody should get paid what they're worth. Even as kids, we know this, but
Yep. I've got a net worth of $3.1 million. No, I don't.
let's do. Like, what are you doing as your side gig? Jeremy, you're not Walter White, bro. He was not Walter White. But last wish, Jeremy already spoke on it. I, unlike him, actually really love Burrito because he's funny and he's just a little raggy doggo. I love him.
I don't know. I maybe it's just I'm
And Death Whistle, if you were on TikTok when that movie released, that's all you heard.
God, yes.
That's all you heard.
YouTube Shorts too.
Yeah, every short media platform you heard.
But honestly, another part of the reason I didn't really like the dog at the start, I'm not the biggest fan of like
Comic relief there.
no of little dogs. I'm
You don't like Izzy?
Izzy is okay, but
I mean, yes,
I don't like tiny dogs that much because I'm worried like I'm just going to step on them or something.
Crunch.
Yeah, I'm like
Crunch.
I'm worried I'll just be walking around in the middle of the night and step on them. So it's more of a fear than a dislike.
All right.
I'm just used to like my entire life I've had Labrador retrievers.
And
So
they're adorable.
yeah, we've actually got 10 puppies right now that were just born from my female dog, Nelly.
Let's talk about Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay, your number one is Across or
Yeah, mine is. Okay, we'll go into depth because this is your number two, and then you can go into your number.
yeah. So my number two is
Across
the Spider-Verse.
I have the duology of the two movies so far, but can't wait for the trilogy. Kind of mad that they blueballed us with the second one, but other than that, it's really good. I think. I can't wait. Great movie. Metro Boomin made Heat. All that music, Miguel O'Hara's theme, the Spot theme, all of it. Annihilate. Am I Dreaming? All of that music is absolute god tier.
Don't forget Indian Spider-Man's music.
Don't you dare say. You're
Anyway.
racist, we swear. But great animation.
Yeah, the animation is perfect. Story is perfect. I will say the one thing that made me so mad in Across the Spider-Verse when we were watching this in theaters, me and Decker and then our two sisters, we go to see most like superhero movies together.
Except
the
DC,
four of us.
because DC has.
Well, if DC could get their crap together, then
we do not support you, Ezra Miller. You had children in your basement.
Yeah. Well, anyways, what I was saying was the disrespect towards Ben Riley.
It was hilarious.
I will kill you.
So much.
No,
It's made by
Ben Riley is one of my favorite Spider-Man characters.
No, but he's voiced by the dude from Peralta from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you haven't seen it, go watch. But he's like checking out alleyway.
Yeah, they made fun of him being like dark and brooding, and like violent and stuff. The whole thing is though, when we went to see this movie, I was trying to convince my mom to let me do like
Ben Riley cosplay.
A Ben Riley costume for like a Comic-Con that was happening in my area at the time, and she was like, you want to do that guy for your costume? I was like, yes, he's better in the comics. I swear.
But what else do we have to say about it?
Yeah.
Movie.
Pretty much anything we could say on these two movies has already been said on much bigger, much more successful channels.
And I think if we try and say anything, it would be a disrespect to it. But if you haven't seen it, go see it right now. Go buy it. I don't care. Go buy it.
Yes. And also, Miles Morales is slowly starting to become, at this point, the better Spider-Man. He's getting better comics than Peter.
Oh, Peter
now I'm not saying that I don't like Peter Parker Spider-Man. In fact, I like Peter. I like the OG more than I like Miles. I'm just saying recent Spider-Man comics.
Bro, who is Ben? Who is Ben, Peter? Who is he? Because clearly he stole your girl.
Yeah.
Even though she knew that you were coming back, bro. Yeah, I think it was Ben.
Okay.
Well, we're doing some research.
I honestly didn't even read that much of it. I just know that it was terrible. I don't think Ben was his name. Here, sorry. Decker's looking it up now. A few moments later.
Word. Paul.
Paul. Okay, yeah, I was like, I swear it's not Ben.
But Peter, come on, dude.
Yeah. Meanwhile, though, Miles is having pretty good comics. He's had 2 movies about him released within the past few years. The PS4/5 game for Miles, it was okay. It was not the best. It was definitely not as good as Peter's game.
But Spider-Man 2, bro.
Yeah.
Game of the Year candidate. I don't care what you say. Unless it's like Scarlet and Violet, if any of you play Pokemon. That was so buggy when it was released. Yeah, it sold over 20 million copies. But other than that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all we've got to say on that one, really. Decker, that was your number 1 and my number 2.
So now you're number 1.
My number 1 is a movie that is very important to me. It was very important to me growing up. I said that Aladdin was one of the only movies that me and my sister could both agree on watching. This movie is something that me and my sister both loved when we were growing up. We still love it to this day. All the movies and shows that have come out with it, and that is the entire How to Train Your Dragon franchise. Specifically though, the first and second movies are the best in my opinion. The friendship between Hiccup and Toothless is just something that I think everybody should get to have with some sort of animal at some point in their life. Everybody should get to have a dog or a cat.
Or a parrot, fish, anything.
Sure, a parrot.
Yeah, parrot.
But anyways.
With the parrot, Jeremy? Come on,
no.
Man. What did the bird do to you?
Anyways, I feel like the third movie probably had the best villain with
I like the second movie's villain.
You liked Drago Bloodfist?
Yeah.
I thought that Grizzle or Grimmel the Grizzly, whatever his name was in the third movie. I've only watched the third movie a few times just because even though it's a pretty good movie, I hate it for just the end because of having to end the franchise. Yeah, the series, most of the TV shows are great. Especially that Netflix one. Me and my sister really liked that.
Riders to the Edge.
Race to the Edge.
Yeah, it gave breakdowns on the dragons, which was really cool because I didn't know much about them. I didn't go in depth on lore. But
this is it was a movie that was really important to me growing up. So
near and dear to your
yeah. But I've rambled and repeated myself on this movie for a few minutes now.
So
that's our list.
What do you think of them? Leave your comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Please, it would help the channel, help the statistics, and maybe if we're lucky, we can get on YouTube's front page one day. So
ha 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 ha
ha. Hee 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 har. But other than that, Jeremy, have any final words?
subscribe.